Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to let you know everything from the moment I found out I was pregnant till this moment right now. So as I'm filming this video, I am 12 weeks and 2 days pregnant as of right now. That could change when I go to my 12-week scan, which I go to on Monday. I will be vlogging it, so that vlog will be coming soon. So I just wanted to mention everything because when people say that every pregnancy is different, I cannot tell you how correct they are. So, when I found out I was pregnant, I had no symptoms. I took a pregnancy test on the day of my period and I did not expect anything. I just thought, you know what? It is a possibility that I'm pregnant, but let's just see what happens. So we took a test and I think it was a cheap one. It was a pink dye one, I think. And I took it and there was a very faint line. And when I say it was faint, it was really faint. If you guys watched my pregnancy video, you guys would have seen it was a very, very faint line. I took several pregnancy tests after that. I think altogether I took 5, and then I took a clear blue one, which told me I was 1 to 2 weeks pregnant. And that was on November 1st. 2019. That night I started getting period pain in my tummy. It was in the same place. Pain didn't move. It was just in the exact same place the whole time. And I spoke to a few people and they was like, you know what, leave it a week and go and see a doctor, obviously because I was early on. So because I was getting the pain and I didn't experience it with Cole, I decided to go and see a doctor on Monday. And I couldn't pee. It sounds weird, but every time they want a pee sample, I could just never manage to go to the toilet. So he couldn't test there and then if I was pregnant. And that's when everything changed and got very, very scary very quickly. So these pains that I were getting were honestly just like period pain. It felt like period pain. And the pain didn't get worse, the pain didn't get better, it was just the same. So when I went to see the doctor, he said to me that he was going to send me to A&E for a suspected ectopic pregnancy. And I just thought to myself, well, that escalated quickly. Let me just clarify before I continue. I never in a million years thought this was an ectopic pregnancy at all. Never even suspected it. And even when he said he was sending me to A&E for it, I knew 100% it wasn't going to be an ectopic pregnancy. I knew straight away I wasn't in enough pain for it to be an ectopic pregnancy. I thought if it's anything, it's either the baby growing or I'm just having a miscarriage. I've never experienced a miscarriage before, so I don't know. So that's why I thought they're either the options that's happening. So I went to A&E and I saw a triage and my heart rate had increased. And that's another concern, but I feel like we'll speak about that after I've spoke about this bit. And my heart rate was increased because I was anxious, and when I'm anxious my heart rate increases quite quickly and it takes a while for it to calm down. So I think my heart rate was about 120, 130 maybe, around that mark. So they was a little bit worried about that, but I just said to them it's because I'm anxious and that happens when I get anxious. So she said to me, you know, take a pee sample. So I'd already brought one with me because I knew they'd want to do one. So I gave her the pee sample and she went and tested it and it came back positive. I then had to have a ECG, which obviously came back clear as well. I've had quite a few ECGs since having Cole and I think they just wanted to check everything was alright and nothing wrong majorly with my heart. And nothing was wrong. I said to the woman in the room that was doing my ECG, I said to her, I don't want to die. And I feel like people don't take me seriously. Like, you don't realise how terrified I am to die. Like, I'm so scared. And I think I'm more scared because I've got kids. And I know that nobody can look after my kids like I can look after them. And it just breaks my heart that I sat there and thought I was going to die. And she just turned around to me and she was like, look, don't, you know, life's too short to be worrying about anything like that. And at that moment I was like, that is not what I need to hear right now. So I then went and sat down. I then went and saw another doctor. He asked me, you know, the same questions. they, I think, went on to fill my tummy. It didn't hurt. In a certain place it hurt, but like not majorly. So they didn't think that was anything to worry about. He then got me to take another pee sample. He came back and said it was negative. So then I was getting really confused. I was like, right, what's going on? I'm having positive pregnancy tests. Now you're telling me it's negative. I've got no idea what's happening. So I then ended up needing to have another pee sample, which honestly was really hard to pee on demand, but it had to be done. So I took that and that came back positive. I then went to have a catheter in. I think I'm skipping a bit too far ahead. So she then said to me, you're going to have to go up to a ward, and I had to go to the gynecologist ward, if that's how you say it. And I just cried. I thought, no, this is not what I want at all. I actually went to a hospital that I was not comfortable with at all, and you guys probably thinking, well, why did you go there if you're not comfortable there? It was the closest hospital to me, and it was an emergency. We needed to see a doctor ASAP, so I went here, and that's why I was scared. I was scared to go there because I thought I'm going to get sepsis. If you guys don't know, my stepdad actually died in this hospital because of sepsis, so I can't bear to go there, but I just knew that this was for the baby and this was for me, and I just had to just go to the closest hospital. The hospital that I usually go to is about 40-50 minute drive, so it's quite a way away, and I needed to see a doctor. So I was sobbing because I didn't want to go and stay in a ward, and obviously I had to have a catheter in. The first thing I thought is, I'm going to die, there's no chance I'm coming out of here. And I was just really panicking. I was panicking that the catheter would cause sepsis. I started to feel ill, so I thought, great, that I'm on my way out. And you're probably thinking you're just being really anxious, but I am terrified to die, and because I've experienced somebody in there die, it just isn't a nice experience at all. So I then got sent up to the ward, and I don't know what time it was at this point. I think it was about 10 o'clock. And there was another girl in there, and we started talking. I'm not obviously going to go into that because obviously she was in there for a much different reason than I was. I had to have some swabs done and some tests done, blood tests. That's how they test for ectopic, apparently, through a blood test. So that is what we was waiting ages to see. All the other tests that I had came back clear, no abnormal results or anything like that. They all came back normal. So then I went to see a doctor at the end, and we kept pestering them, like, not in a bad way, but I really wanted these results for the ectopic to like put my mind at rest, like, what's going on, is everything alright? And the doctor came in to me when I went into the room, and she said, everything came back normal. I have no idea why they sent you in. It is most likely just the baby growing, which, if you guys have heard of it, is called implantation pain, I think, because you can also get implantation bleeding, but I've not experienced that, thankfully. So that was extremely scary, and that was really early on. So that was literally 3 days within finding out that I was pregnant that happened. We ended up being at the hospital till I think 3 a.m. in the morning, and we got there at 6. So we was there 9 hours, and it was very draining. I had a toddler with me, and you're probably thinking, why didn't someone take him home? But in that situation, we're not thinking, right, we need to get a toddler home. Like, we're in like quite a serious situation, and Cole was really well behaved. He slept, he was really good. So before anyone judges me that nobody took the kid home, this was a very serious situation, and we was all just trying to find out what was wrong with me, but also concentrate on the little one as well. Obviously, luckily I had my mum and my brother there, so they looked after Cole whilst I went in for all the tests and things like that. So this pain actually ended up stopping after I think a few weeks maybe, or even a few days, I can't remember exactly, but they did send me for a scan. I was meant to go for a scan the next day, but I got sent home. I was originally meant to stay on the ward. Thank God I didn't have to stay because I really didn't want to stay. And it's not a nice ward to be on. It's a very sad ward. From what I saw, a lot of people crying, a lot of people were emotional, a lot of people were in pain. So it wasn't a very nice experience, and I did feel sorry for everybody in there. There was definitely in a lot more pain than I was in, because my pain actually wasn't that bad, but the doctor wanted to check if it was ectopic, so I understand. So I then went for my first scan. I think I was around 4 weeks maybe, and they couldn't find a fetal pole, and I got sent for another scan because they couldn't find the fetal pole. So I got sent for another scan 2 weeks later, and then we got the good news that the baby had a heartbeat, and we got this beautiful picture of them. It is a bit, you know, bit bent and things like that. Cole has had it off the fridge I don't know how many times. He definitely loves his little sibling already. That was the scariest part for me. So for the past couple of weeks, maybe a week just over, I've had pain in my back, like at the bottom of my back. Obviously I have health conditions, so I get a lot of pain anyway in my joints and things like that. With Cole, my pain stopped a lot and it wasn't that bad. With this pregnancy, it's nearly unbearable. I'm in pain a lot, and I keep having a gut feeling that I'm gonna lose the baby. And I definitely don't want to be negative or anything like that, but I literally just have a gut feeling that I'm gonna lose the baby. And that's not me being negative, like I just genuinely feel like that because I'm experiencing things that I never experienced with Cole, and I'm just worried. So the pain that I'm currently getting is back pain, like I mentioned. My friend suggested it could be sciatica. If that's how you say it, it could be completely wrong. I don't really know how to pronounce many words, as daft as that sounds. So I don't know if it is that. It might just be the baby growing. I'm also getting pain in my tummy a little bit as well, not as bad, but the pain in my back most days has been like not severe, but like to the point it's very uncomfortable. And this is the first day that I've got changed in about a few days, and that's not like me. I always get changed. I never stay in my pyjamas, and I have been doing, because I've just been so uncomfortable and everything that I wear just isn't comfy. So if you guys see me vlogging in the same clothes, I do have a washer, just to clarify for anybody that wants to be a little bit funny about it. I am pregnant, I'm getting bigger, and my clothes just don't fit, and I'm very uncomfortable at this moment in time. So I have to wear what's comfy for me and things like that. So I'm no tramp. I have a washing machine. This is just the comfiest thing for me right now. So it's definitely been a very scary experience. Today the pain's been a lot less painful than it usually has been, and I'm so thankful for that. Literally so thankful for that. I'm so glad the pain hasn't been as bad today. I think it's done me good to get out, because I've been indoors a lot, and I feel like when you're indoors you think about it a lot more. So I got myself out to the shop today, and I think that did my body quite a lot of good, just being able to get out of the house. So that is basically what has been happening so far. There's probably a lot more to it that I haven't mentioned, but if I do remember anything, I will update you in my videos. Another thing that I did want to mention is my heart rate, and that is something I'm very, very concerned about. Since I had Cole, if you guys watched my labour and delivery story, I had a fast heart rate after giving birth. It wasn't anything, you know, like I didn't have to go into resus or anything like that, but there was concern and I had to have tests. They did suspect I might have blood clots and things like that, but we're kind of getting off the topic here. But anyway, is why they thought I had a high heart rate. Then I got told that it was normal after birth to have a high heart rate. So there was me thinking, oh, it's normal. But since having Cole, I've noticed that my heart rate will just go fast for no reason. And I don't mean fast as in like 100, 500 beats a minute. Like, I don't mean that. I'd be in A&E if I meant that. But my heart rate is fast, and it's not me panicking. It isn't me being anxious. I know the difference between me being anxious and my heart just going fast when it wants to go fast. So my heart rate has been like that since having Cole, and since I'm pregnant I do worry about it a lot more. So I could just be sat on the sofa or even just sat here and I will feel my pulse going really fast, and I won't even be doing anything. So that is quite scary, and it is something that I am going to speak about with my consultant, because I'm suffering a lot at the minute with the fast heart rate, and also like I mentioned with my pain in my joints, I'm suffering with a lot of pain in my legs, and I'm just worried that this will mean an induction again, but maybe even earlier because of the pain. Just hope this pregnancy gets easier, and I hope the baby's going to be okay. I just need to go to this scan and for them to say to me that everything is okay, because that will put my mind at rest so much after the difficult 12 weeks that we've had already. Honestly, trust your gut. Like, if you feel like something's wrong, please go and see somebody. If you guys did enjoy this video, please smash a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would be extremely grateful. Please click that notification bell and notify every single time I upload a video, and I will see you in my next video.